Aw, come on! Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play 1001 Games. I'm your host, Gaming Jay, and today we're going to be playing Thrust by Superior Software by J.C. Smith. Good old Jeremy Smith here would later go on to make Exile, which is another game that we've played for the BBC Micro. BBC Micro, I think I originally listed the game as under the Acorn Electron. The Acorn was just a weaker version of the BBC Micro, as I've come to understand, if I'm not mistaken. So BBC Micro / Acorn Electron is like the Commodore 64 and the PET. Basically the same computer, but one's a little weaker than the other. Anyway, you may remember Exile as a game that I messed up when I was trying to play it. I accidentally played like a Sega Genesis game, and that became a Saturday afternoon gaming. So there were two Exiles. I played the wrong game. Thrust here, though, was the inspiration for a game called Gravity Force / Gravity Power, which is another game that I messed up. I played the wrong game for that one, too, so there's actually two videos for that episode, and I played both Gravity Force and Gravity Power, because both were kind of inspired by Thrust, but only one was in the book, and I played the wrong one. I don't know. I guess it doesn't bode well for Thrust that I keep messing up games here. So let's go ahead and load up the BBC version. No, this is not the version that was sponsored by the British Broadcast Corporation. It is the version that was on the BBC game computer system. So as you can see here, the game has sort of funky keyboard controls. It uses caps lock and control to turn left and right. I originally tried this game out using the keyboard, and it was kind of difficult, kind of confusing. Stupid me, actually. I was using caps lock and control on the left-hand side of the keyboard. It never occurred to me until right now that you could use caps lock and then the control on the right side of the keyboard to turn right. So maybe the controls aren't as funky as they seem. I have, however, instead loaded up an old-school joystick, the NES Quickshot, so we're going to be using that instead because, hey, I feel like for these old computer games, you know, it was not uncommon to get a Commodore or a Tandy or BBC Micro or whatever and have a joystick with it for computer games. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in here and see what the fuss is all about. Let's try some Thrust. So here we are in our thrusty machine here. Now this is a turret, and we can just destroy that just like that. So this game has realistic physics and pixel perfect detection. So we can go ahead and shoot this thing here too. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's definitely hard to control. If you go back and watch my Gravity Force / Gravity Power video, you'll see how much trouble I have with games like this. Anyway, we can activate a tractor beam, and we can take this part into space! Hiya! We just stole a part of a ship from a planet. So the whole point of this game is to go around and discover pieces of a ship that you need to pick up and basically fly them into space. And this game is, whoa, 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 whoa. Very, very heavily emphasizes gravity and, oh no, get off the ground! Gravity and physics and pixel perfect collision detection, which is a pretty damn impressive feat if you ask me for a game this old. To have pixel perfect collision detection, I mean some games these days don't even have that. So that's like pretty sophisticated for its time. Oh no! Damn it. It is also very unforgiving when it comes to you touching the ground. That little, like, outpost to my left there, you may be wondering what that is. That's just, the, like, planet's, like, command post. And if you shoot it, you can eventually disable the turrets that way. But the downside is that the planet, once you destroy, like, the planetary outpost, I have read the planet gets ready to be destroyed in, like, 6 seconds. Like, it's, you know, it's not a good thing. See if we can get this fuel. I don't know how to get it. Oh, we got it! We got the fuel. Oh, shoot. Maybe I should have got it on the other level. I just assumed my fuel would regenerate at the end of each level. I didn't think I'd have to go pick it up. Oh, God. Let's try and get this fuel, too. Get the fuel, get the fuel, get the fuel. What? I blew up getting the fuel. Man, that is some high-octane fuel, man. Okay, we got that. Oh, I blew up one of the fuels. That's okay. No, no, you have to be so precise. Oh my god, we died on the fuel again. Okay, well, that's okay. This is our first life. Our Space Lord. Cool. Admiral, Commodore, Captain, Novice, J. Yeah, I'm below a novice. That's okay. This game, by the way, also not only, did it inspire games like, oh god, games like Exile and Gravity Force, Gravity Power. It also inspired games like Gravitar. Atari had a game called Gravitar. Yes, it did. And in the old days, everyone just copied everyone. Like a new developer would come along and make a game like this, and Atari would be like, Thrust, that looks pretty good. Let's just make one of those. Like, if you look at Space Invaders, there's so many clones of Space Invaders. Like, so many old school developers were like, that Space Invaders game is pretty good. Let's just make that. Like, why are we bothering to come up with ideas? Let's just go ahead and make Space Invaders. Yes! Oh, yeah! Jay's got some skills, man! Oh, yeah, get the fuel, too. And then get the hell out of here. We did it! Boom! There was another old school game like this that I played where we were astronauts and we had to collect pieces of a spaceship and in order to like fly it away. And I'm totally blanking on the name. Oh god, we missed that turn and we crashed! Okay, note to self, pay attention to gravity. Boom. Maybe we'll save all that other fuel for like the way back. No! Damn it. Whew. Man, it definitely takes my brain a while to get used to a game like Thrust here. Ah, damn it. We took the turret out at least, though. Okay, we got the turret. Oh, stay away from the wall. Yeah, it is so delicate. Oh, God. It is so delicate, this game. It's unbelievable. We got it. Okay, we got it. Oh, man. We're gonna burn all of our fuel getting this one to the surface, aren't we? Oh, God. Damn it. Yeah, like, it is definitely... I find these types of games very challenging when it comes to, like, not hitting the walls and stuff. Like, it takes a lot of my concentration just to, like, pick up a fuel canister like this. So what happens if you fly, like, over here? You see, oh, what's going on over here? Well, eventually the world just repeats. So if we come back down here, yeah, you'll see. Let's try blowing up one of these things. Hell, why not? We definitely did a lot of damage to that thing. The turret seems to no longer be a problem. I thought you could destroy those things. Now, apparently if you beat all... So this game only has 6 levels. If you beat all 6 levels, then what happens is the game just repeats. And you play... Damn it! You play the other levels over and over again. The first time you replay them, gravity is reversed, of course. And the second time you replay them, all the walls are invisible. Now, maybe it's just me, but I feel like those are on 2 totally different scales of difficulty. It's one thing to have gravity be reversed, but to have literally the walls be invisible, that feels a little hardcore. No, we want the fuel, man. Boom, there we go. Like, the invisible walls, it reminds me, there's this video online you can find on YouTube of a guy playing Tetris. And he gets to such a high level, like this arcade version of Tetris, that literally he has to play it invisible. And he does so at like the fastest speed the game will run. It's literally mind-boggling. I have no idea how he does it. What's left and right over here, by the way, I wonder? Go this way. Anything? Nah, the world just repeats! Yeah, once you build up too much momentum, it's like a death trap. I feel like when they made Exile, Exile has a lot of elements very similar to this. How you have to sort of fly around and stuff, but the nice thing about Exile is it's pretty forgiving. If you touch the ground, you don't die. In fact, it was usually pretty funny to watch the guy hit the ground and watch his like face ricochet off the ground. He'd be like, ugh! And he would like be injured, and it'd be funny for us because we're not him. Damn. Game over. So yeah, they definitely realized that this was pretty challenging. I mean, even like touching the ground at a low speed, even gravity force or gravity power let you land on the ground, but you can't, like, even at like this slow, gentle speed, guys, this is gonna destroy the ship, watch. We're gonna go so slow. Like the ship, it's not like the ship like crashed or something. It literally burst into flames the second it hit the ground. Like, what is this ship made out of? I should probably just suicide because I already threw one life away. There's no point trying the other levels if I'm low on lives. I will say that I kind of like how the hills and the terrain and stuff are made out of lines that have gaps in them. It makes me feel like I'm playing an old school arcade game because old CRT TVs and monitors in arcades and stuff used to have like gaps between pixels that would look like that. Like, look at the ship and the fuel and stuff. The lines are continuous, but look at the hill. There's like these little gaps between like every line of red that's drawn. And I kind of dig it. That's what old school graphics look like, man. You play this on your CRT TVs, there'd be gaps, but your eyes would like be accustomed, you like wouldn't even notice. Alright, now to level 2. Try and shoot this thing, but... Okay, we hit it. I think that disables the turrets temporarily. Nope, because they're still shooting. Ah, damn it. Like, I wish maybe even if you turned the shield on, you could bounce on the ground a bit, just so you had something, you know? But, like, it's rough, man. Okay, shoot. Oh, God. Oh. Like, there was no one down there but me. The turrets were all dead. I literally lost control there. Well, let's just get this thing, get the hell out of here. It's not like we've ever run out of fuel. What? Oh! Oh, you can swing the part into the wall and lose it? Oh my god. This game demands a high degree of skill. I feel like one of those, like, Air Force pilots who has to, like, perfectly line up the stick of his plane to, like, refuel another plane that's flying too, you know, like the... Oh god! That would have been unfair if he killed me right away. Like those aircraft that refill other aircraft. I feel like I'm flying one of those. Or, like, have you guys seen Interstellar? That scene where the ship is, like, spinning around and he's like, take the wheel, TARS! He's like, keep up the speed, TARS! And they're, like, trying to, like, rotate the ship so it's, like, perfectly aligned so they can dock. That's what I feel like I'm playing. Like, there's, like, that level of precision where I'm, like, trying to, like, balance the joystick just well enough so that I can, like, get in there. Like, it takes a delicate touch to play this. You do not want to fly into this cave at full speed. You will die. Even the speed I'm going in, we're probably going to die. Yeah! Oh, we got it, we got it. Holy shoot, are we not going to die? Because that would be a gift. Very slowly. Get it? Okay. And get the hell out of here. We're burning fuel like a mofo. No! I looked up in the corner for 1 second to see how my fuel was doing, and it cost me my life. Like, so precise. I'm sure people who actually played Thrust are watching me right now being like, oh, you noob. You noob. Like, it's just embarrassing to them probably to see me doing this bad. But it's hard, man. This is hard. I don't play these kind of gravity games. We saw how bad I did at Gravity Power and Gravity Force. At least that was more forgiving, but it was a similar idea. I'm just not very good at games, at these sort of Thrust-style games. I don't know why. I don't know why, because, like, oh, you dick. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I'm not bad at other types of games, but, like, this, I find these games are a lot harder to control yourself, I think. Shoot, I just blew up my own fuel, and I got killed. Don't worry, I'll destroy the fuel for you. You bad guys can just sit back and relax. Like, this is a death trap for me here. Boom. Okay, let's steady it. Let's kill this thing. Okay. Do we get to see level 4 now? Are we going to make it? I have 1,200 fuel. No! Stay away from the wall! Oh my god, okay, I have 1,000 fuel. We're slowly burning. No! Don't pull me into the wall! Oh man, that's crazy. You really have to watch the physics of that thing. Okay, tractor beam away. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Going, oh my god, you have to be so precise here. Oh! Oh, I can't believe I made that. I can't believe I made that. No, no. Oh, we only have 300 fuel. Get out of here. To space. To space. Oh, we did it. 141 fuel left. Oh, and no extra lives. Oh, they don't even start you with fuel. Oh my god. Okay, we're definitely dying here. Ah, it's okay. We had like no fuel to burn. Wow, that ice level is brutal. Oh man. Okay, let's give this one or two more shots here. I feel like I want to do a little bit better if we can help it. One very interesting bit of trivia you guys might be interested in is that this game was ported very widely, as many of these old games were, like Nebulous was, our last game that we played there. So it was on Commodore, and it was on ZX Spectrum, and it was on, you know, Amiga, all sorts of stuff. But it was also on the Vectrex system, yeah. So you guys familiar with the Vectrex? It's an old school standalone system that was based on vector graphics, and this game was ported to the Vectrex in 2004. Yes, the Vectrex, a system that came out in like the mid-80s, still has regular games being released. You may be wondering, how is that be possible? How is that possible? And the way it's possible is fans. Fans and the public domain. You see, unlike most other video game consoles out there, the Vectrex exists completely in the public domain. That means that you can go ahead and download an emulator, and the emulator will come with every single ROM ever made for the Vectrex, because the Vectrex in every game is free. It exists in the public domain. Man, can you imagine if like the Nintendo system or something like that was in the public domain? I mean, everything that's copyrighted is supposed to end up in the public domain eventually. Like, you know, eventually Mickey Mouse is supposed to be in the public domain. But, you know, who knows if that day will ever come. But anyway, so back to the Vectrex. The cool thing about the Vectrex is that fans are continuing to make games for it. So somebody in 2004 decided, hey, you know what, Thrust should be on the Vectrex. And they went ahead and imported it to the Vectrex. I mentioned this because I have an announcement for you guys. I think I'm going to do a Vectrex special. It will be at least one episode long. Maybe it'll be 2 or 3. I haven't fully decided yet, because I got myself a Vectrex emulator because the originals are really expensive and hard to come by. But I got myself a Vectrex emulator, and oh, come on. I decided I wanted to try Thrust on the Vectrex, but then I realized, you know what? Why don't I try a bunch of games? Because the Vectrex is a pretty cool, unique system. So, starting this Saturday, we're going to be playing some Vectrex games. Oh, God. I guess I need to pick up that fuel or it's in the way. What a ridiculous concept here. Okay, so we need this fuel. Thanks. I guess I should get all this fuel. I mean, it's totally going to be the death of me here. But let's just try and get it. Oh, I can't believe that worked. Skills, man. So anyway, yes, I won't talk any more about the Vectrex because I don't want to spoil this weekend. But yeah, tune back in on Saturday if you're interested. I will play this game very briefly on the Vectrex, and then we'll go ahead and check out some of the many other games that exist on the Vectrex, because it is actually a pretty awesome system. It was kind of like having an arcade system in your house, and as a kid, that's a totally rad idea. I only ever played it once at a friend's house in their kitchen while my parents visited their parents, and their kid was like, "Hey, you like video games?" And I was like, "Do I?" And he was like, "Come check this stuff out." And he showed me the hard stuff. He showed me the Vectrex, and I can't believe we did that while I was in the middle of thinking. Maybe the problem is when I am concentrating too much on the game. I just need to sometimes let it go and like talk, and the game will play itself. Boom, boom. Well, we took 2 of them out. Took out 2 of those bastards. I like how this game does have checkpoints, by the way. I feel like this is a really early game to have checkpoints. I can't think of too many other games from this era that had checkpoints. Oh, maybe I'm just forgetting it. But, okay, let's go ahead and give this one more shot while I wrap up my thoughts here. So, Thrust. Thrust is a big deal, guys. It was one of the first physics games, and it really inspired a lot of things, from Gravitar to Gravity Power to, you know, even games like Pixel Junk Shooter nowadays owe its, you know, existence to games like Thrust here. Like, this is obviously, you know, inspired the games that inspired Pixel Junk Shooter. If you like that game, I happen to. For some reason, nobody watches it, so I did Let's Play that game a long time ago. For some reason, it's one of my lower watch videos. I don't know, I guess people don't like Pixel Junk Shooter. I think it's a fun game. I don't know what the problem is, but nobody wants to watch that video. So whatever, I don't know. It's my game. That game exists just for me. But anyway, yes, this is a hugely influential game. Very important. Physics, pixel-perfect collision detection. You know, the whole idea of flying around and having to deal with gravity and all this stuff. This is a game that definitely matters in terms of historical scope. Now, that is not the same as, is this a game that you should play before you die? That's a trickier question. I will say that, you know, compared to some old games that I've played, this one is definitely still, I think, relevant. Like, I think that the gameplay here is not actually that far off from something you'd get in some more modern games. So this might actually be one that you may want to play. The only downside is the difficulty and like the severe unforgivingness. I feel like if this game were made today, they would give you at least like a health bar and like not make that kill you. Like I kind of should have bounced off the off the terrain there. Oh god, man, we're not passing this level, are we? So yeah, I think the thing I will say negatively about Thrust is a very high degree of difficulty. Blow the crap out of that. But does that mean that you shouldn't play it? I don't think so. I think that it just means that know that going in. So I don't think that this is a must-play, despite the fact that it is so historically significant. But I do think that the gameplay elements that were created here in Thrust remain relevant. And for that reason, you know, a modern version of Thrust is something that you might actually want to look into, or hell, maybe just want to try the old one because you love these old games. Because the old games, you know, the old games were super hard, but they also demanded a superior amount of skill. So definitely, if you could get good at these old games, it was very impressive. You know, watching someone play a modern video game that they're good at it nowadays. I mean, yeah, it still takes skill, but like back in the day, man, if you weren't good at a game, you would survive for 10 to 30 seconds. Like, that was your lifespan. Maybe even 2 seconds if you really, you know, were new to a game. Games killed you instantly. Nowadays, kids are kind of, like, pampered. Modern games are kind of, you know, I won't say they're too easy because I like games that, you know, you can get into a bit more before you are killed off. But definitely the old school games erred on the side of extreme difficulty. Anyway, guys, what do you think of Thrust? Do you think it's a game that that you would like to check out yourself? Do you have any fond memories of this one? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, whether you've enjoyed the game or not, hopefully you've enjoyed hanging out with me. If you have, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will be back again on Saturday. We're going to be starting a Vectrex special, at least one episode, and it's my prerogative in terms of if I want to make it 2 or 3. And you guys are just going to have to put up with it if that's the case. Guys, it's been a blast. Take care of yourselves, and don't overcommit to spatial expeditions with extremely flimsy spacecraft. And peace. Oh yeah, the planet's going to blow up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We did it! Yes! Oh, what? That passes the level? Huh. Wait, so you can just pass the level by blowing up the planet? So we don't even have to go for those stupid parts? Forget about completing the mission. Let's just blow up the planet. I like how you can rescue the part or destroy the planet. It's totally your choice. Jesus. I can't even get close to the building to blow up this planet. They're on to me. Oh, doors. Damn it. So you have to open these by shooting them. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's bullets behind that door. Well, even knowing that you can blow up the planet, I didn't get that far, so you guys didn't miss much.